Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Black Girl Encourage Her. It is I, your sister friend, Sheniqua Inspires, and I am so delighted to be back. We have been running the Black Girl Pray Her series for the month of November and December. And man, it was so hard to turn away from that fire. But I said, you know what? Let us get back to home base. And home base is the Black Girl Encourage Her podcast. And listen, this month is extra super special. Not only are we in a new year, everybody gets into that new year, new me kind of a jive. Listen, we are doing new things here for the Black Girl Encourage Her for the month of January. And that is, we are highlighting entrepreneurs. Yes, that is right. I am going to be bringing to the stage some fabulous entrepreneurs so that you can hear their story, hear their journey, and maybe, just maybe, leave with a little bit of encouragement to walk this new year out. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring our first guest up to the stage. Everybody, welcome Miss Courtney Smith. Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you?
I am blessed. Thank you. Thank you for your yes to being a part of the Black Girl Encourage Her. Please introduce yourself to me and to the people.
Yes, so I am Courtney Smith. I am the CEO and founder of Christina's Curls, and we are an organic hair care and skincare line for children.
Nice, nice, nice. I love it. So, where are you located? And then let's get into your story.
So we're located in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, a little bit outside of Atlanta, but Georgia. Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. So, tell me why did you develop Christina's curls?
Okay. So just to give you a little bit of background about me, I'm a licensed esthetician by trade. Beauty has always been my passion. Okay. So before I started Christina's Curls, of course, I had gone to school for aesthetics. And I also had my own day spa. It was called Beauty and Grace Day Spa. So I focused on skincare, anti-aging treatments, acne, you name it.
Mhm.
And then I met my husband, and one of our goals was to grow our family. So at some point, we decided that, hey, we're gonna close down, the day spa and focus on our family. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 6 years
Hmm.
before I started Christina's Curls,
Okay.
and I'll be honest, I was loving that season. Okay. I'm not one of those to be like, oh, I was missing my. No, I was
Girl, me too. So soft life for me, please and thank
basking.
you.
I was basking in that soft life. And I
Yeah,
guess that was God's way of preparing me
yeah.
for this journey. I needed that time of rest.
Hmm.
So in 2020, 3 weeks before COVID shut down, we had our youngest daughter, Cristina. And it was a difficult time. COVID was going on. You didn't know what was going on with the world. Everybody,
Hmm.
everything was at a standstill.
Yeah.
And Christina was probably about 4 or 5 weeks old when I started realizing her skin, like she was shedding. And she was my third baby, so I knew a little shedding and a little skin irritation was normal.
Mm-hmm.
But hers was like, would take her clothes off and shed would
Mm.
just be coming out of her clothes. So I'm like, okay, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Come to find out, she had eczema.
Hmm.
Mind you, she was my third child, never experienced eczema with the other two, never experienced cradle cap,
Yeah.
none of that. So um, I took her to the doctor, and the first doctor was like, oh, it's normal. All kids go through this. She'll outgrow it. And I'm like, okay. But then, like, a week or so passed, and it was getting worse. So I said,
Wow.
"We're gonna take her to a dermatologist," because at
Hmm.
that time, doctor's offices was hard to get into.
Yep.
They only wanted to see you if you were sick.
Yeah.
So in their mind, my issue that I was worried about with my child wasn't important or
Mm-hmm.
high on the level of
Yeah.
importance. Yeah. So I found a dermatologist and I took her to the dermatologist and they gave us an ointment. So I'm like, okay, well, at least at least this doctor is taking it a little more serious.
Mm-hmm.
So being an esthetician,
Mm-hmm.
I had to look at those ingredients.
Yes.
It's by nature now. I mean, I'm looking at the back.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like,
Mm-mm.
who's putting this on their new baby?
Yeah.
I would not put it on myself. I would
Right.
not put it on my pet.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm. God.
So I was so frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my husband one night and I just was like, I don't know what to do. By this time, she's scratching. So we're like putting mittens
Mm.
on her hands to keep her from scratching and just lathering lotion on her like two, maybe three times a day. And my husband, I love that man. He was like, why don't you make her something?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I tell you a light bulb went off,
Yeah.
how did I not think of this? This is
Right.
my area.
Hmm.
But I had been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years. So
Yeah.
I was a little far removed from that.
Mm-hmm.
I was still making like my own face mask and things like that, but it did not
Yeah.
once did it cross my mind.
Wow.
And to this day, he's like, so I'm the reason. I'm the real reason behind Christina's curls. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it was like a light bulb went off and I got to work.
Yeah.
I got to work. And just to piggyback off of that, it's so important to have people around you
Mm-hmm.
to remind you of your gifts
Mm-hmm.
and your talents because oftentimes we forget, we feel like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's bigger than me. But having him there
Mm.
reminding me, this is my area of expertise. I had my own skincare line, in my day spa.
Yeah.
This was what I was, in a sense, called to do, my passion. It's very important to have those people around you.
Yes. I
Yes.
love that. That's a great intro story. And what I like to do here on the Black Girl Encourage Her, a lot of times I like to play that other side advocate. I ain't gonna call it that other thing, but it's like that alternate advocate because people will hear this story and they say, well, she was an esthetician, she's got these skill sets, she's got, this foundation in business, she had a day spa, so that is why the product line was just an easy, like, wash and repeat kind of a thing.
Hmm.
But did you grow up in business? Like, are you coming from a family of entrepreneurs? Like, so what does that look like? What does your start really look like?
I think that entrepreneur mindset, it's in you. It's something
Mm.
that comes from within out. Because
Mhm.
my mother, I grew up, an only child, and
Mhm.
my mom was a single mom, and I had a great childhood.
Yeah.
My mother, she dedicated 18 years of her life to me. But she was very focused on going to school, get a degree, get a 9 to 5, get that pension or that
Yeah.
retirement. And that was that. She even said, I think you should go to school to be a nurse.
Mm.
Ma'am, I hate the sight of blood. If I see blood, you may want to brace
You better get a
me
nurse for you, right?
because I'm going to break. So I'm like, no.
Well.
But I always liked the freedom
Mhm.
that came with being an entrepreneur. Um, that whole sitting down for 8 hours, that just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And I like not having a cap on what I could do and what I could
Mhm.
make in my
Mhm.
success. And I want to say that started early, like
Yeah.
18, 19 years old. So Did I come from a background with business? No, I didn't.
Mhm.
I made a lot of mistakes with the first business. I
Yeah.
made a few with this one as well, just learning because with the day spa, that was a service business.
Mhm.
Products is a whole different beast.
Okay.
Okay. One part of it is making the formulas and labels and you know manufacturing it, and then the other part is selling it.
Mhm.
It's a whole different ball game. You
Yeah.
know, you have a warehouse full of $100,000 worth of inventory. Now you got to learn how to move it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so it helped, and I think that's with any area of business is when you're passionate about it or when you have been educated in that. Of course, that makes it a little bit easier. Of
Yeah.
course, someone that went to school for accounting is going to be better at accounting than me.
Mhm.
So I think that's very important to have that education, whether it's a 4-year degree or a trade behind whatever you
Mhm.
want to do so that you can succeed in it.
Yeah. Because I think that's people give themselves a lot of excuses
Hmm.
as to why they won't. And what I'm hearing from your story is that you were literally pushed in this direction because you were at a crossroads
Right.
where you knew your baby needed something and you weren't comfortable giving your baby, and I wouldn't be either, like, putting these products, and usually, as just human beings, like if the doctor writes the script for something, we automatically say, give it to me, I'll take it, because we've got into that rhythmic kind of emotion. And not that that's a bad thing,
Right.
but you came at it from a different way to say, well, what am I putting on my child's skin?
Yes.
Let me look at this. Let me be very laser clear as to what we're doing. And yes, it probably would have done an amazing job with her skin,
Hmm.
but what else could it have been doing?
Right.
Right. So you decided to tap in after the unctioning of your husband, right? We're going to give him his props, right? He reminded you of yourself.
Right.
And like you mentioned, it is so good to have people around you who can remind you of yourself. Like, wait a minute, you are trained for this. You've got the background in this. Like, you can do this.
Right.
And so, shout outs to him for that push of reminding you. But you were literally just a mom at
Hmm.
her wits' ends
Yeah.
with her baby in need, trying to provide a need for her baby. And then ta-da
Yeah.
comes Christina's curls. So I
Right.
think sometimes people think it has to be this long, big epiphany kind of a moment, but sometimes it really is just that pain point
Hmm.
that you finally say, well, let me give it a try and see what I can do with it.
Right. You plant
Right.
that seed,
So
you keep watering it.
exactly. That's what it's about. It's about just tapping into your gifts. So
Hmm.
what words of encouragement would you give to somebody who is kind of like on the fence? They're like, well, I don't know. And you actually said it. You said, well, the entrepreneur was in you. It
Yeah.
was just a matter of cultivating it. Well,
Right.
what would you say to that person that says, I've got some ideas, but I don't think it'll work?
I say go for it. Like, what
Hmm.
do you have to lose? The time is going
Hmm.
to pass anyways, you
Yeah.
know? And I think we all have um, times in our lives where we didn't step out on what we thought we should do and we live with that regret.
Hmm.
I'm 42 at
Yeah.
now. I don't do regret.
Come on.
I'm
Come
going
on.
to take the chance. I'm either going to succeed or I'm going to learn from
Yeah.
the experience. And that's just how I look at it. So I even women who say they want to start a hair care company, go for it.
Hmm.
Christina's curls, it's a great business. It's a great, but I can't service everyone. And I have
Hmm.
3 collections and they may not be for everyone.
Hmm.
It's more than enough customers and it's more than enough wealth and money for everyone.
And that's another question that I can hear people, something that stops them. Oh, there's so many products out there.
Let me
There's too many. There's too much competition. The market is saturated.
yeah. Yeah. And those thoughts went through my mind too,
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I got to compete against Johnson and Johnson and
Mhm.
Honest and all these baby brands. But I'm like, no, my people are going to find me. My people are going to see the value in the products that I provide. My products are not the cheapest. They're
Mhm.
not. But when you put them on your baby, you don't have to second guess,
Mhm.
you know, what are these ingredients or what does this word mean? I've never seen it
Yeah.
before,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They say kind of like if you can't eat it, like if you wouldn't put it in your mouth, like why would you put it on your body and things as such? Like we've got these things with these weird chemical formula, like they're literally chemical formulas on as the ingredients, and we're just slathering it on because it smells nice.
and that I think aside from me being an esthetician for so long, I'm also a leukemia survivor.
Ah.
So what I put in my body, what I put on my body, even the candles that I burn in
Mm-hmm.
my home,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the back of it. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the label.
Yeah.
It all plays a part. It
Hmm.
all plays a part.
Wow. Wow. Now, on your journey, take us back to a moment in time where you was like, you know what? I'm gonna pack this up. I'm not gonna do this no more.
Well, I've had a couple of those,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I think the biggest struggle for me has been the mom guilt.
Mm.
Like I said, I was truly, truly, truly enjoying my season of being a stay-at-home mom. So when I started Christina's Curls, Christina was only about 2.5 months old. So
Wow.
I had two babies at
Yeah.
the time.
Hmm.
Like I had two babies at the time. And even though she's always been at home with me, the first 2.5 years of the business was still in my home. I still felt that guilt of
Mm.
taking time away from the children to
Mm-hmm.
focus on a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mine was a little bit heavier because I didn't have to work.
Yeah.
So in some situations, it's like moms got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
You have to go to work and you have to leave your baby because you have to provide. Well, mine was a little different because
Mm-hmm.
I was already a stay-at-home mom. So my husband was already financially taking care of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I had mom get real bad,
Yeah.
and there were times where I was home, but my mind was somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with them, but you're thinking about, oh, I forgot to answer that email. I opened it.
Oh, baby, hold on just 1 second.
Yeah,
Mommy's got to make this call.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I talked to my mom about it. I talked to my husband about it, and both of them were like, "You are being an example for them.
Mm.
You are showing them what hard work looks like, what dedication looks like, setting up their future." So they just reassure me that I am being a good mom. I'm not putting the kids last.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
the kids love it. Whenever I do an interview or they see me on TV or a magazine cover, they are inspired and they are proud. And they come to the warehouse with me quite often and they're
Yeah.
like, I want to pack orders and I want to do,
Ah,
all of this. So that's what keeps me going.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what keeps me going.
So how was that transition? So you said you started out in your home and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden you're in a warehouse.
Yes.
What was that like?
Um, to be honest with you, I think I grew so fast,
Wow.
and I think I probably should have been in the warehouse after a year and a half, but I was
Okay.
scared because I was
Mm.
still like, as long as I was in my home and I kept it small, I could pack it up,
Yeah.
you know. But once I got in that warehouse and that lease and hired employees, and
Hmm.
it
Game
was like,
changer.
oh. this is a real business.
Yeah.
So it was a big change, but it was needed. And growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. That's that's the only way it happens. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
That's what they say. And everybody on the other side of that is testifying to that, but
Right?
people are still sitting in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And fear is real. It's
Oh,
a real thing, but we do have to learn how to do things with fear,
yeah. And
right?
being an entrepreneur, that is, you are on a spiritual walk. You are on a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual journey, because even though my business is thriving and has done well, I still have day to day challenges
Mm-hmm.
within the business.
Yeah.
You know, I still have a marketing team that I have to deal with. I still
Mm-hmm.
have employees. I still have manufacturing company to meet the deadlines and stay on them, and believing that everybody that I've hired to do their job is going to do their job in the
Yeah.
time period that it's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, I had a little incident Black Friday. Everybody knows Black Friday is the busiest time of the year. So
Yeah.
it was like, gave my team, the time off a couple of days before Thanksgiving. And I'm like, hey, Monday, everybody needs to be here ready to work. Would you believe I had call ins on Monday?
Wow.
Real? For real.
Wow.
So I was in here helping pack orders, helping them get them
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yeah.
So it's a spiritual walk. It is.
Indeed, indeed. And like it ain't no mountain high enough, right? So no matter how high you get, you might have to come moseying on down and do what you
Quickly,
gotta do.
quickly. Sometimes you can't even take the steps. You just have
Yeah.
to jump right on into it. So yeah, there are times where, even though I feel like I'm, at the CEO level of my business, I'll be in here labeling. I'll be in here
Mhm.
filling bottles or printing out packing labels.
Yeah.
It's part of it. It's
Yeah.
just part
And
of
I
it.
like that. And what I'm hearing is that you should never grow so big that you can't fit into any area of your
Oh
business. So as you're taking the steps moving upward, like you shouldn't like, oh, I'm the CEO. I can't do that. I would
yeah. Oh yeah.
picture me answering the phone. It's like, no, this is still your baby,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you've got to be able to fill in and do what it is that you need to do.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. What would you say was the importance of mentorship, coaching, any of those type of growth and development activities that us entrepreneurs dive into? What would you say the value of those types of things, if you had them? What would you say that impact was on where you're at currently?
It's a great impact, because you're not going to know the problems and the obstacles that can come up in a hair care business at year 5 when you're at year 1.
Mm-hmm,
So I feel
mm-hmm.
like having a mentor, I have multiple mentors, and then I have some mentors that don't even know they're my mentor, but I'm watching them.
I love it, as we all do.
As a mom, you study
Yeah.
people who are where you want to be. But
Mm-hmm.
I tell anybody, mentors, especially the ones you pay for, because um, people are going to give you more when you put your money where your mouth is. And I
Mm-hmm.
personally think people value information more when they've paid for it. But it has definitely saved me a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, I have people all the time who say, who do you use for shipping?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't have anyone to tell me USPS, but go through, ship station. I'm just giving that as an
Yeah.
example for that. So I lost a lot of money. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
packages didn't get to where they were supposed to get because I didn't know that. But in year 5, year 4, I can literally tell someone, this is who you ship with.
Mm-hmm.
These are the
Mm-hmm.
apps you need. This is the tracking system you need.
Yeah.
And then that's one lesson, one less thing that they have to learn on their own.
Yeah.
So yes, find you a mentor. Put work it
Yes.
into your budget.
Yeah. And I think people are misguided, and I'm going to use that word misguided because they're accustomed to free stuff, right? So people like free stuff, and when they think mentor, they think, "Oh, well, these are the people that are for free." No, you know, many times now there are some programs you might be able to partner with some programs, and they might give you a free mentor,
It's going to
somebody
be
who just
general though. It's going to
yeah,
be general information. No one is going to take
take you in the back room and show you the books and teach you from what they've learned
yeah.
exactly.
And it's not even about the money, it's more of the time. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking time away from my business
Yep.
and my children and just my life, period,
Yep.
you have to put a price on that. And like I said before, I feel like the people I've mentored that have paid are more focused and more likely to take the instructions than the people who I've just given them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like when you send a kid to college, right? They go off to college the first year and they want to be in all the parties and they want to hang out because it's no skin off of their back, right? No money coming out of their pocket. But as soon as you're like, you know what, I'm zipping this bank up, no more, you're on your own, and they have to start paying it for themselves.
Oh
They're
yeah.
gonna start paying attention, they're gonna start getting, their worth out of it. So
Yeah.
there is a mindset shift
Oh
when
yeah.
you do have to put some money
Right.
on it.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mhm.
I have a junior in college. Okay. That freshman year, I was like, girl,
Yes. Yes.
a
You
junior
gotta
year.
have a talk. Like this,
Oh,
this is not free.
yes.
Right? It's not free. Like we're paying for it. Like somebody's paying for it. It's
Yeah.
not free. But when you think it's like the local library, you don't care when you turn those books back in.
Until you
Some
start
people have
paying late fees.
look, come on. But if they'd be smart if they get their money up front.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so we definitely it's okay. And I always tell people, you're not investing in me as a coach.
Right.
You're investing in yourself,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. But when
It's
you're
in
an
yourself.
entrepreneur, when you are really dedicated to this journey, you know that goes
Yeah.
without saying. I
Yep.
mean, it's like a no brainer. This person is where I want to be. Let me soak up all the information that
Mm-hmm.
they have, and it's always someone doing better than you. I have two mentors that
Mm-hmm.
are doing, you know, better than me. And
Yep.
I go to them to see how can I scale and how can I get my business to the next level with the least amount of mistakes.
And that's what it is. Like we want to be the bootstraps. We want to be able to pull ourselves up, and it's like, wait a minute, sometimes and as I always tell people, like the wheel has already been made. Like, why are we
The
trying to
blueprint is there.
reinvent it?
The
It's been
blueprint
made.
is
And
there.
it's just the time, the effort, and energy that you're going to put and show someone that you're worth the effort.
Yeah,
It becomes a blessing. It really, really, truly does.
right.
So I can't have you here, right? The skincare queen. You've got this whole empire that you're building.
Yes.
You got to give us some skincare tips, because I mean, honey, you are glowing.
Do you see it? Do you see it?
I mean, and I know that's not lighting. I mean, that skin is
No.
really talking some
Thank
talk
you.
over there.
Listen,
Give us some tips.
listen, I'm 42, okay?
Hmm.
So I take my skincare, always have, but you hit 39, 40, and it's like, oh, okay, let me
Changes.
get serious. You cannot pay me to
Yeah.
go to sleep with makeup on.
Mm.
Cannot in the morning, I mean in the evenings, I do a good deep cleaning and every 2 to 3 days I exfoliate, a good anti-aging serum, good moisturizer, sunscreen, even
Mm.
in the winter time,
Okay.
sunscreen. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay,
And then
listen,
I don't
ladies.
wear foundation. I just wear a tinted moisturizer and some lip gloss. And
So no foundation, tinted moisturizer.
yes, good
Love it.
hydration, good. The things you need, a good anti-aging serum, a good moisturizer,
Hmm.
and sunscreen. That's a
Hmm.
must. Every
Okay.
day. No days off.
I love it. And you know what? Those are the basics. Those
Yeah,
are the basics, but sometimes we steer away from the basics. So we have to be reminded, right?
yeah,
Like your husband had to just remind you of the things that you know to do. So I love those tips. Ladies, I hope you jotted them down, and make certain you stay connected with Courtney. We've got her social media handles going. Connect with her so that way you can learn some more stuff, right? Because I know she's dropping some goodies on her social media page. So we want to be able to sit up a little bit closer so we can watch and learn. And that's literally the starting point for anyone who is debating on whether or not they should start the business, should they not. It really is about getting a close enough seat where you can watch other people do it.
right. Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So I hear you got some good news going on with this business.
Yes.
Tell us something good.
So retail has always been the end goal, but I was
Mm-hmm.
so scared. I'm like, I can control, my website. That's in my control. But when you go into these retail stores,
Mm-hmm.
it's out of your control.
Yeah.
But 2025, we will be in retail. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us some of these stores that we need to keep our eyes open for so we can look for these products.
So we're currently on Amazon Prime. We're
Nice.
on Walmart Marketplace. We're in Seven Nanda. It's a organic um, whole food grocery store here in Georgia. We're on Baba Baby. Everybody knows Baba Baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, we are looking at going into Target and Ulta as well.
Wow. That
Yes.
is amazing. And you have because you're in the warehouse right now.
Yes,
So
I
you got some
do.
products to show us.
I do. So these are my OG products right here. This is the
Okay.
OG
Okay.
line. Let me do it
Nice.
one by one. This is the baby line. Can you see it?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So the brown craft, that's for newborns and up.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the curl enhancing collection.
There you go.
Not
Uh-huh.
camera. This is the
Okay.
curl enhancing cream. We have the shampoo, the conditioner, a
Okay.
refreshing spray, and then we have the Nourish and Grow collection as well. This is the shampoo and the deep conditioner. And these are just a few of them. We have about 23 products now.
Wow. Wow. So you have skincare for
Yes.
the babies, like the lotions,
Yes.
the body, wash for the
Mhm.
babies, and then you have hair care.
Yes. We have
Okay.
skincare. We have a serum that's specifically for eczema and skin issues. We have
Wow.
a hair and body butter. Oh, that's my favorite. It's
Yeah.
And we have a nourishing baby cream as well.
Uh-huh.
So those are the products for the skin. Yes.
And I know the products are for babies. It's but you did say newborn and up,
Right.
right?
I use it faithfully. Okay. I use it faithfully.
Yes. Wow. And
Um,
and and that's
we're
what we
also,
should look for.
yeah, and we're also coming out with a Mommy and Me collection around Mother's Day.
There you go. There
Black
you
women,
go.
our hair days, that's mother daughter bonding time.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
better to be able to use the same products,
Hmm.
you know, with
I love it. That is so inspirational. Y'all, she heading to Walmart. She
yeah,
making her way to Target. Like seriously,
yeah,
you guys got to make certain that you check out these products and make certain that you support, even if you don't have a newborn,
right.
right? grab
Everybody's
it.
having babies, baby showers. Have a
Listen,
baby
listen,
shower.
that could be the go-to gift for every baby shower invite you get.
Yeah,
You just have a little package of the Christina's curls. You have it packed up and ready to go. Who all having a baby in the new year? And
right.
you just giving them out. You Auntie O, you just passing out the gift bags, you know? That's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing. But we love it. We love to support people who we consider our own. And we consider you our own. You are definitely a friend to the show. And if you're ever working on anything and you want to come back and talk about it, you are always welcome. You are always
You.
welcome. Now, listen, before you go, we want to make sure all hearts and minds are clear. Do
Yeah.
you have anything, any last words of encouragement that you want to leave with the people?
So one thing that I love to share with women, and this is something that I've worked hard to overcome and thinking there was, a problem with having it or wanting it, but it
Mm,
is very possible to have it all.
mm,
So often we feel like we got to choose.
mm,
I have to choose between having a husband that I submit to or being a strong, independent woman
mhm,
or
mhm,
having a career or being a great mom. And it is so possible to have it all.
mhm,
I'm living it. And I don't say that in a boasting way or anything, but it's all about discipline. It's
mm.
about the timing,
Yeah.
you know, and just knowing where you want to go. I have been very intentional about separating my work life or balancing work life and family life. So I
Mhm,
set strong boundaries to make sure that I'm respecting myself because I'm respecting my time and I'm respecting
mhm.
the guidelines that I've put into place.
Yeah.
So you can have it all, girl.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I love it. And that was look, if y'all don't want it, I'm picking it up. That was definitely encouragement for me because I have that mindset,
Yeah.
Courtney. Like I literally believe that I can have it all. And some people are like, well, I mean, it's not happening yet. You might want to just settle for this.
No, no, nope.
No settling. I want it may not, I understand it may not look exactly the way I can envision it, but I do believe it's going to be bigger and
I was
better.
just about to say it's going to be bigger. You
Yeah,
know, it's
right.
going to be bigger. I just I know where you are because
Mhm.
I was there too, and I
Yeah.
tiptoed into like focusing on my business, and then the kids, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to choose.
Hmm.
God didn't put this desire in my heart,
Hmm.
this passion in my heart for me to have to choose. He knows how important my family is to me. He knows how important being a wife and a mom is to me. And then I'm also helping others, helping other mothers that's battling the same thing that I was battling.
Hmm.
Why do I have to choose?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. That is great. That is great words of wisdom.
You.
Everyone, I hope you jotted down the links. You can check out the websites, stay connected with Courtney, and learn all that you can about these products. Try a few. I can't wait to look and find them in my local Walmarts and Targets and every other store in between.
Yeah.
So we are believing by faith. We're standing in agreement with her that her products are just going to be worldwide. So no matter where you're at, wherever you go, you'll be able to see these products there. And we thank you for being a representative, to be the representative that it is possible to do great things and still have, the blessed and abundant life in every area. So thank you for
Thank
hanging
you.
out with us today. Hang out for just a second. Let me give the people their marching orders.
Okay.
Listen, everybody, that was such an amazing testimony. It was an amazing testimony that, listen, we can do all things. So if God puts it in your heart, you definitely have what you need to get it done. So I hope that planted a little tiny seed, or maybe Courtney came and she just watered the seed that was already there, that you start thinking about what life as an entrepreneur may look like. We're not saying take the leap. We're just saying take a look. Let's get the vision and see if it tantalizes you enough to go after it. So I will see you all on the next episode of the Black Girl Encourage Her. You all be abundantly blessed. Take care.